Hi, welcome to another episode of Practical Organic Living. In today's episode, we'll be talking about indoor composting and how you can easily get started using a Lomi as well. So in today's episode, we'll be answering three major questions. The first one is, what's a Lomi? The second is, why a Lomi? And third one is, how to use a Lomi. And we'll also be unboxing the Lomi to show you what's inside. So what's a Lomi? A Lomi is an automatic indoor composter. And what that basically means is that you can compost kitchen scraps in a very short amount of time. Usually compost takes weeks, even months to fully compost. But what the automatic indoor composter does is that it removes a lot of the hassle of mixing certain ingredients in certain ratios, moisture levels into something you can just toss into a composter and create compost for you in a matter of hours or even days. So there's three reasons why you may consider getting a Lomi. The first reason is time. Time is money. So a traditional way of making compost is actually very labor intensive and it takes a lot of time. Oftentimes we need compost right away because we're constantly planting new summer, winter, fall, and spring crops. It's not really worth it to wait maybe 3 to 6 months for fully broken down compost. You want something that you can use right away. And the second reason why you might consider getting a Lomi is that space equals money. So for an average suburban garden, we don't have a lot of space to making compost piles. Given a very small amount of space, I would actually rather use that space to grow something productive instead of dedicating it to a compost pile that may take 3 to 6 months to break down. And the third reason why you may consider getting a Lomi is that you want something that's easy and simple to use. The easier something is to use, the more likely that you'll continue using it. And if this composter requires too much skill to operate, then you're probably not going to be composting for a very long time. So before I show you how to use the Lomi, let me unbox the Lomi and show you what's inside. And the first thing I see is a Lomi pod, which is a compost accelerator. So this basically speeds up the composting process, and I'll show you how to use this a little bit later. Next, the Lomi included an instruction manual. There's a standard power cord. Now for the big reveal, ta-da! So here's a bioplastic packaging because Lomi says you can actually compost this after you're done. Oh, before I get to this, I should show you the activated charcoal filters. And after you finish using these in about a couple months, you can actually compost them into the Lomi itself. All right, now for the Lomi time. It's actually a little heavier than I expected. So according to the instructions, there's two filters. One is on the top filter here, and one's on the back, which is the back filter here. And let me just uncover this. So what we have to do is we have to insert one bag of the activated charcoal filter in here, and another bag in here. So first of all, let me show you the bag. There's two bags here, bag number 1 and bag number 2. So we're gonna first dump the first bag into the top cylindrical filter. And then now I'm gonna screw it back on. And we'll put it in here. Now we wanna do the same thing for the bottom filter. So to take the bottom filter out, Lomi has 2 screws that you can just use your hands to unscrew. All right, and as you can see, this slides out pretty easily. You just take it out like that, and then you can pour what you need in here. I'm now gonna put it back in here, and then put the top lid on and screw the screws back in. And then now you put the lid back in. All right, so the bucket itself looks like this. So this is an aluminum bucket, and you can see there's some grinder things here. And there is a mechanism for the Lomi to raise the grinder up and down along the grinding cycle. And that's how the food actually gets pulverized. And inside the Lomi itself, you can see there's a motor that actually turns the Lomi around. And over here, that's where the air gets sucked into so that the odors go through here and get neutralized, as you can see from the filter that we put in here.